Okay, so let's talk about Nigeria for a bit. You know, Nigeria is home to the Igbo, Hausa, and Fulani people. Now, what I've learned is that through various points of time, there's been some separation between the major families or tribal organizations in Nigeria. Apparently, there was a war between the Igbo and the Fulani. I'm not sure if the Hausa community was in warfare with anyone, but as far as I know, I think the Hausa people are predominantly of the Islamic persuasion, right? But I think there's been throughout time periods of time in which sectarian violence has created instability on the continent, right? So whereas we may have a society that is peaceful, that is successful, that is a growing economy, there will always be the detractors. There will always be those who would wish to create instability to topple whatever gains a society would have made post-independence. Because keep in mind, if you look at the success that African nations have achieved today, this is in the absence of the former colonial masters who were once controlling the resources and the land and so on and so forth. So for us to pull ourselves out of the muck, out of the mire of Western imperialism, or I should say Western imperialist invasion, as we pulled ourselves out of the muck and mire and created a society that the world can marvel at, right? With a buoyant economy, with numerous entrepreneurs, a growing number of entrepreneurs who have even branched out from Nigeria and they are in other countries creating enterprises. And, we can take our hats off to them. These are some successful African businessmen and women who would have emerged from the post-colonial society and become millionaires. Okay, but against this backdrop, there's been a growing dogmatic warfare between Christians and Muslims in Nigeria, and I think as the violence continues, it gives the impression that there is a very slim possibility of peace in Nigeria, because apparently there was another wave of violence recently, and there's nothing more nonsensical than to see priests and religious zealots creating warfare. Whatever the persuasion is, I don't care who started it, it's childish behavior to continue violence to the point that you would even kill people in the name of your religion. I would challenge any one of these people to show me in their religious texts where the Creator would wish for the ideal citizen to be one who is willing to kill for cultural and religious differences. You all know that there is one Creator. Whether you believe that the Creator is a man, whether you believe that the Creator is a woman, whether you believe that the Creator has no form, no substance, we all have some understanding of an origin of a Creator, so I don't see where the gang warfare really fits in. We need to look at ourselves honestly. And the thing is, these organizations all have elders. All of these organizations have elders. So the fact that these elders would sit back and smoke their pipe and watch the younger devotees of these faiths go at it to the point of murder and malice, it's a shame that these people can call themselves elders and allow this type of thing to exist. And you find that sometimes the person who even started the whole issue is the most respected and the eldest elder in their community. I'm talking about the eldest in the particular faith. This is the person who, at sometimes, is the most fierce proponent of bloodshed. That would be the person who's the quickest to propose bloodshed. And it's really shameful that organizations who claim to be based on the underpinnings of love, peace, justice, equality, goodwill, would find it in their busy schedule some time to murder another African person or just another human being. So it's crazy. I mean, Nigeria has the potential to become a metropolis that can rival any other state in the world. So until we return to African consciousness, until we have a renaissance of African thought, we will continue to be bound in chains by these religious organizations that oppressors gave us as our inheritance. They created these conditions which would make it almost impossible for us to find unity, because we pray in differently, because we dress in differently, because we have in doctrinal debates, and we just comparing and contrasting each other constantly with a religious lens. And we need to find common ground. If we can find some common ground and recognize that we all come from one common ancestry, and prior to the emergence of these religions, we were one people with our own indigenous culture, because we know that the missionaries are responsible for the wave of Christianity in Africa. So in exchange for food, we were fed the religious babble of a Eurocentric author. And also during the Arab imperialism, the inheritance for some Africans was Islam. Now, my thing is, to be fair and to be objective, I would say that there are redeeming aspects of all faiths, because the central premise is behavior modification. And when you look at the way that there's a transformative impact from a person just acknowledging a deity and endeavoring to live for the betterment of their environment, I find that these are noble gestures for any human being to undertake. So I'm not just going to say destroy the entire foundation and rebuild from scratch. I think that there are some redeeming aspects of all faiths, and if we just take a look, we'll find the common threads that can help us to eradicate the tension and the malice and the hostility. But I hope that Nigeria can quell this violence so that the children can grow up in stability, so that there can be mutual respect for varying religious opinions. Opinions should not lead us to bloodshed. But just let me know what your thoughts are in the Nigerian crisis. I hope that our brothers and sisters are safe. Also, Boko Haram is like an Al-Qaeda in Africa, as far as the media reports. I'm not sure how the situation is on the ground, but I'm not taking any sides in this matter. I think it's just childish on both sides for there to be violence and bloodletting for religious opinions, especially brother and brother, sister and sister, coming from one common ancestry, one Nubian heritage, one Ethiopian heritage, one African heritage. Just let me know what your thoughts are. One love.